It's even more important than their discussions. Should your kid watch TV alone or not? I think when it's about computers, the answer is clear. So what else is currently done or might be done? Well, of course, banks and other companies who are making business over the internet, they're trying to educate the customers. And again, there are some customers who will probably never listen, but some do. And this shows that it works at least a bit. And of course, companies should keep on educating their employees. And there are critics who say that security education is just worthless because, well, it has been tried and obviously it doesn't work because there are still so many people who are not educated. But it's like if you're visiting a Chinese course once in your life, it's very unlikely that you will be a perfect native Chinese speaker after that because immediately you will forget a lot of things. But if you would visit a Chinese course, let's say, twice a week, then chances are higher that you suddenly learn a bit of the language. And it's similar with security. So if companies just educate their people more regularly, chances are high that they will finally understand that it's really about securing their own job. Well, beyond all this education, there are, of course, other steps that are heavily discussed. For example, filtering of internet services by the government or by ISPs to protect the users or well, to ensure that users are not visiting illegal content. And there's another thing that's heavily discussed, and this is the 3 strikes model, which was recently, I don't think it's in action yet, but it was decided that it will be in France. And the idea of the 3 strikes model is that, well, if you do something bad on the internet, this is the first time, the second time, the third time, and after the third time, you will be banned. So you're not allowed to go online anymore. Now, in principle, well, this could teach people, but what about if the person does not do that on his own, but has malware on the PC? Then this malware could do some nasty things to ensure that this person is not allowed to go online anymore. Now, of course, you could say, well, if this person is not able to keep the computer clean after the first time, maybe it's better for the society if this person is not online. But come on, I mean, internet is so important nowadays. It's almost more important than driving a car. So being banned from the internet could be a problem, and it will be interesting to see how this works if it's really done in real life. So, of course, there are limits of education. So even the best educated user is helpless if there is a zero-day exploit. So like a vulnerability of your web browser is exploited by some software. And sometimes users are also forced by the companies to use unpatched software. So for example, let's say there is a vulnerability in Internet Explorer, and the company's intranet only works on Internet Explorer because on Firefox and Opera the pages are not displayed correctly. Well, then there's just the two alternatives. First, not to use Internet Explorer at all, which means everyone could go home. Or they just have to use Internet Explorer and hope for the best. And if a family is sharing one PC, then of course there are the chances that uneducated users infect the family PC and therefore infect also other members of the family. So in that cases, these are cases where an antivirus solution finally is the last hope. So what do we do besides detection? Of course, we should now say, it's better now to say, well, malware makes you poorer than saying it infects your boot partition and listens on port 80 for incoming traffic, because people don't care about that. And then, of course, our scanner now follows the silent protection approach, which means that we're trying to be as well, we try to be as invisible as possible, so that you just see the little red K in the corner, and that's it. So we try only to talk to the user if it's necessary. And I think this is also good, because if people are annoyed by the antivirus solution, they will just start to turn it off, or they won't look at it anymore. And what we can do is implementing technologies like the sandbox technology we implemented in our current product, which is easy to understand, and which allows users to play with software. So if you tell someone, sandbox is just if you run something in the sandbox, this is an isolated environment, so everything that happens in this environment is just temporary, and if you close the window, everything is like before, and your computer could not be infected, this is an easy principle, and easy principles are good to understand, and this is what we need to use if we talk to the 40%. So, thank you very much.